All right, man. We're reading about hybrid animals. So, ligers, zorses, and pislis. How animals hybrids happen. Interbreeding between animals of different lineages. It's widespread in nature and may reveal some of the mysteries of evolution. Read the next paragraph.
In the summer of 2020, scientists in Pennsylvania caught sight of something no one had ever seen before. A bird that looked like a rose-breasted grosbeak, but sang like a scarlet tanager.
Okay. Upon closer analysis, the animal was later determined to be a hybrid, the offspring of a mating event between two separate species. Your turn.
When I saw it, I said, "Oh my God!" Remembers Bob Milville,
Ornithologist?
ornithologist for the National Aviary in Pittsburgh. Mulvihill caught the bird and extract a blood sample to study the hybrid animal's genes.
While some animal hybrids are well known, like the mule, this case was more unusual due to the different colors of each bird species. Rose-breasted grosbeaks are black and white with a red patch on their chest, while scarlet tanagers are brilliant orange and black. We can read more about never before seen colorful bird hybrids. Your turn.
The birds aren't exactly cousins, or even close relatives. Mulvihill suspects the species may be separated by more than 10 million years of divergent evolution.
Even stranger is the fact that these species coexist across much of the North American ranges, leading researchers to wonder why no one had ever seen evidence of crossbreeding before.
Was this just a case of Romeo and Juliet? He laughs.
In the modern era of gene sequencing and genetic analysis, hybrid animals have new relevance and may hold clues that clarify the mysteries of evolution. Right, go ahead.
What are hybrid animals?
Genetically, a hybrid animal is the result of interbreeding between divergent lineages, says Erica Larson, an evolutionary biologist at the University of Denver. One more page and that's enough, okay?
Most non-scientists would take that to mean breeding between two different species, but it can also include subspecies, or even populations within a species that are distinguishable from one another based on certain traits or
Characteristics. That's a difficult word, man. It is.
Yeah.
It can be tricky. They might breed at different times of the year, or they might have behavioral differences that make them less likely to mate, Larson says. But then if they do mate, they might make hybrids that are totally fine. Your turn.
One instance of this may be the spotted skunk, which scientists recently divided into 7 species.
Yeah.
Some of each look almost identical and live in the same areas, but mate and give birth months apart.
Another great example is coral, says Larson. A lot of corals release their gametes at a very particular time. So all of these species are physically in the same place and maybe they could form a hybrid, but they miss the chance by spawning hours or days apart.
In captivity or lab, however, those sorts of natural barriers are less of an obstacles to successful hybridization.
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 What animals can hybridize? One of the most well-known examples of hybridization is the so-called liger, a cross between a male lion and a female tiger. Ligers were elevated to pop culture fame after reference in the 2004 film Napoleon Dynamite. But fewer people have heard of the fewer people have heard of the tiger, the offspring of a female lion and a male tiger.
Both spearings are extremely unlikely to happen in the wild because lion and tiger ranges almost never overlap. The same is true for the cama, a llama and dromedary camel cross that live on upside sides of the Atlantic Ocean, but have been bred by researchers.
Equids can be especially prone to hybridize. Donkeys and horses can breed to create mules, while zebras and horses make zorses or other combinations. And the text is really long. We're just doing a study about scientific articles that can help us with our language. And I'm sorry by the sewing sound in the back because my mind's sewing a lot of clothes. All right? Bye-bye. See you later.